Stand by. You're listening to the Naïvely Optimistic podcast with your hosts, Dani and Gary.
The ego is saying, what's happening here?
It's an opportunity for spiritual growth.
Do you still think the royal family were shape-shifting lizards?
Yes, I do.
Give it up for the lads too fucking shy talking spaz. Run them muck, bit as fuck going down in all your dads. Burning ears off for that cheese, bring all Dublin down to its knees. This podcast fucking shy, tell me where else would you be? So sit back, like relax, have a drink, lose the cax, and take in all the cack that comes out of these scalding rats. Us!
Jesus, lay off a little bit.
Introducing the crew.
Yeah, I know, lay off a little bit.
There he is. We have our sound man in the corner, Dylan, aka
He's
our
not
little
very
Jamie.
sound though, is he?
No, he's a prick.
He's an unsound sound man.
Yeah, he's like he's our little Jamie though, isn't he?
He is.
From the JRE.
Yeah, neglected, off camera.
Yeah.
Not paid enough.
No, I think we pay him enough, to be honest with you.
Fucking 100%.
After the hassle we have just had setting these microphones
Oh my
up.
god, mates, don't even talk to me about it.
It's
some
scandalous.
sound man he is.
We've literally been here
hell.
for, I'd say, probably the guts of an hour trying to get this thing set up.
Yeah, but we're here.
Do you want to introduce us?
Yes. So this is the pilot episode with two pilots.
This has been a project that has been going across the entire summer pretty much. I think about what end of July, August.
End of July, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been doing some beta episodes.
Now we're at the alpha episodes. We're here ready to go, and this is the Naïvely Optimistic podcast. Welcome. Yes, we're your host. I'm Danny.
I'm Gary.
And we're going to get a little bit of an introduction to ourselves, as well as some funny stories, what to expect on the podcast, etc., etc.
So the scope of the podcast, we're going to be talking about some kind of pretty weird conspiracy, consciousness, psychedelic stuff,
Definitely,
just stuff that me and you are interested in, and me and you have always been kind of interested. So we haven't known each other that long, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things.
Actually, how do we let's let the listeners
we
in?
stumbled across each other. Was it PersianFriendFinder.com? Was it?
Persian friend find.
I was gallivanting through the pages endlessly of Persian Friend Finder, and about 2 a.m. was a lonely cold night, and this young man stuck out to me.
Yes.
Now, what really stuck out to me was he didn't look that Persian, to be honest with you. He didn't look that Persian at all.
Mate, why are you looking for a Persian friend?
Because they're just gents at the end of the day. No, in all seriousness though, you might as well give the origin story.
Yes, we're both victims of no.
We were nearly brothers-in-law.
Weren't
we?
Yeah, we'll leave that one there.
John, we never talked though.
Yeah, I know.
Not so crazy.
We never talked until the post-debacle, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Catching
Absolutely.
up, bit of vino on a Sunday. It's a nice life. Not gonna
But
lie.
no, in all seriousness though, the podcast began really you approached me and you were like, look, similar interests, which we do, to be fair. We've even the first time we ever met, well, not the first time, one of the first times anyway, we were in said gaff, and do you remember we were just talking about
literally an hour and a half talking about everything, aliens, fucking
ayahuasca,
everything. Yeah,
just crazy.
It was crazy.
And it was just one of those things where we just fucking had serious crack, and we just talked months ago about it. We were like, a podcast could be an interesting, I suppose, segue.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, people are interested in this kind of stuff nowadays, more so than ever.
Thus far, we've a little few episodes into the future, and the feedback thus far has been fantastic.
We're about 6 episodes to say.
Yeah, and we'll get into that a little bit later, what we've touched on and stuff.
Yeah, big time. And by the way, listeners, if you ever hear us reference things on future episodes, it's because we've recorded all the episodes in advance. So there might be a bit of discombobulation, but don't worry about it. For the most part, we're going to try keep it as continuous as possible. But this is the studio anyway.
Yeah,
we're recording this actually today anyway. So
yeah, this is the scene of a break-in, as Gary
oh
wants
yeah,
to talk about.
Jesus Christ, yeah, we were broken into recently. I was chilling here with the old business partner. Fucking all we heard was cha, and
you already go running straight to that.
I know, I go towards that, right? And all of a sudden, fucking I was thinking it might, because there's cars outside, maybe it's a car window broken or something like that. But then I was soon fucking realised I was in the midst
danger
of a
zone.
break-in.
Yeah.
So we kind of just looked at each other. We're like, shit, is something going on here? And we opened the door, right? And all of a sudden the front door was being smashed in, right?
Yeah.
So my first kind of thought was like, let's go full Rialto on this bad boy.
Oh,
do you know what
interesting.
I mean?
What
I
you
went
do?
Mel Gibson Braveheart. I just ran out there and started screaming My Tiny Flew Off like there's no tomorrow. I was just like,
A bit more high pitched than that.
no, it threw on a few octaves, obviously.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
obviously.
Scared them off, right? And I was just like, and fucking got to the end of the stairs, and the fucking front door was smashed in. It was in a jock.
Jesus.
And
Call the guards
We
and
actually,
stuff.
yeah, we called the guards. The lad showed up, and as you know, I have a serious
Yes.
affinity for the guards. I love them. So a lot of Vanguard is it Bang or Vanguard?
Either way, it banged them.
Yeah, either or. They're little crackers, aren't they? Vanguard. I actually thought it was Vanguard. But
Bang,
yeah, so a few Vanguard showed up, bang, lashes. And but yeah,
stop.
they're usually lanky cunts though.
They are.
Yeah.
They're very large, aren't
But
they?
they showed up anyway, and fair play to them. You gotta love that response time. You gotta love it. They showed up.
The ERU turned up.
Yeah, and I was fucking standing outside. I was like, fair play to you, showing up, and they were like, actually having a bit of crack with me and the business partner. He was like, your one was like, fair play to you lads protecting the fort. And I was just like, yeah, fucking I hope the owner sees it that way. A few ton drum vouchers wouldn't go fucking stray, wouldn't they? No, do you know what I mean?
Cheeky one for all this.
But I always
like
think, like, I tell you, I was actually exploring the idea of being a guard. on stage.
Interesting. What?
I was thinking, like, the only thing is though, like, me as a guard, like, I want to be liked so much. So
Yeah.
if me and the lads, my peers were like storming a lane and found the lads, a load of Mandy, a load of fucking Patsy, like, we'd be taken off them, I'd feel bad.
Yeah, no,
I'd feel bad.
I tell you, when I was in Budapest there in April, we ran into a guard, and he came up to myself and my mate. I won't say any names, and he was like, "Do you have any Patsy boys?"
Fuck off.
Right, and we started chanting to him, and then he was like, "Man, I'm a guard, but like, fuck it, the sesh is the sesh, you up?"
No
And
way.
it's crazy the amount of
Yeah,
stuff I like
I'd
that.
well believe it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, if we stormed a fucking lane and robbed fucking 6 yokes and fucking 18 cans of Stonehouse and a few bags of the main man off the lads, we'd get back to the car and the lads would be like, some pick-up tonight, guys, what? Bring that down to the station, we'll have a mad one.
Mate, what do you reckon they do?
I just go, here lads, I'll catch up with you, and I'd run back to the lane and I go,
Take a
here lads,
few.
sorry about them dickheads.
Yeah.
There's all
a
that
bit.
back for you there. Have a good night, boys, alright? I'd actually feel bad. But
But where did the like urge to become a guard come from? Just
it's a handy life, innit? Realistically, innit? But I don't know, I just think it'd be a bit of crack as well. And the guards always seem to have good laughs. So
you look a bit like a guard. Not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
do,
Are
don't
you
I?
undercover, pal? What are
Maybe
you
I-
doing?
Where's the chat? Where's the chat you do for it? But yeah, I don't know. Anytime I've seen the guards, they just have good crack, like, and I want me a bit of that. Do you know what I mean?
So we'll give a little thanks to the guards for just doing their job.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Speaking of thanks, I feel like we definitely need to dish out a few thank yous.
We do.
Young Dylan for that glorious introduction.
It's been
He's here with us
fantastic,
now.
yes.
And that rap is just the perfect way to set us up.
Yes.
Although I didn't know you had that kind of deep
Angst towards the boys.
Yeah,
Fucking
angst towards the
hell,
lads.
what
We do
have
everything
done
for
to
you.
I
We
know.
do everything for
we
you.
feed you, we give you work.
And last but not least, mate, Liam
Oh my
Riley.
God, yes.
Liam Riley brought the lads' vision to life.
As you've obviously seen, probably looking at it right now, that fantastic cover art, which is out of this world.
Literally, yeah. Like, we
Into
approached
the cosmos.
Liam. We engaged Liam there during the summer about bringing the kind of vision of the podcast to life, gave him a few ideas, and he just went wild with it. So look, anyone out there looking for branding, any of that kind of stuff, artwork, Liam Riley is your man to get
Yes,
onto.
and
We'll
even
probably
if you
tag
can't
him.
get into him, like get onto him, hit us up.
Yeah,
and
we'll
we'll
give
put
you
in
all the
contact.
details.
But like, this absolutely fantastic.
He blew us away, didn't he? Like,
Oh, literally.
Like, even the Instagram stuff as well. It's just
It's ridiculous. We just came to him with a vision of like, look, this is what we're going to be chatting about, like this wacky stuff, very esoteric almost.
I'd
Like,
say he ran a fucking mile that first voice message I sent
oh,
him.
stop.
Yeah.
Let's just talk a little bit
Yeah,
because
100%.
I remember Gary forwarded this voice message on to me. He sent to Young Limo, as we colloquially call him, and it was like a 4-minute voice message. And to say like this is like we'll say professional dealing with someone, you know what I mean? You're trying to get a job done, even if he's a freelancer. It's still trying to be professional. And the voice note Gary
Oh,
said,
stop. It was so ridiculous. It was like we always mess about this, like me and you were like almost like the boardroom, like, you know what I mean? Getting onto Liam, I'm like, hey Liam, how are you? How's things? Good to chat to you on messages there. Just give you more of an idea about what we're envisioning for this artwork. So basically, I have an alien in a headlock, and now this alien can't escape for dear life. It needs to look like this alien is struggling for dear life, but I can stand there all day. Like, my human strength dwarfs that of
the
this small
alien,
alien being, do you know what I mean?
of this extraterrestrial.
And I'm like, a Lewis is being abducted in the background. Like, Danny is fucking doing this, that, and the other. And I'm saying this like deadpan almost,
Yeah.
like there's no, like, I'm not even joking. You're the bin truck in the back. This bin truck shows up on the back of the voice recorder, and I'm like, 2 seconds, this fucking prick in the background. I was like, sorry about that name. Anyway, yeah, so the alien.
Professional as always.
Like, imagine people going by me, you're probably thinking, like, what?
But it turned out fantastically.
Yeah, we're delighted. And so, look, the scope of the podcast is we're going to be going over this stuff we're interested in. So, the next couple of episodes are interesting. Like, this is kind of going to act as a bit of an intro episode. So,
yeah,
just to kind of give you an idea of
won't
who
be
we
too
are,
long, but we'll give you a little bit of insight into what we're doing going forward. And like overall, kind of what we're trying to do is just kind of not cheer people up, but be really uplifting and humorous, and bring some like funny, interesting topics to the table in a humorous light with a bit of Dublin crack. Like, and I think it'll resonate with people not just from Dublin as well, because I know we talked about this before. The Irish are like everywhere.
Oh yeah, stop! Like the Irish are loved all over the place. And look, can you blame us? To be fair, we're absolute beasts.
We're
like,
fucking legends.
I've said this to you before. Like sometimes when I'm thinking about like my life, I'm just like, fuck me, I could have been born anywhere. Yes. I could have been panned out in the desert, flies all over me.
So in Zimbabwe.
Like, yeah, like here I am in Ireland, Don. Do you know what I mean? I fucking love Ireland. It's deadly. Like, and like, to be fair, it is the best country ever.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Agree. I know you're half Italian, so it's probably a bit of a rough question to pose towards you.
If we were to have a pope, who would it be?
You had an interesting one before. I think it was Roy Keane.
Yes, Roy Keane. I think 100% Roy Keane would be our pope. Like, no nonsense, absolutely converting everyone left, right, and centre. Like Sharia law, but just like
like Sharia law.
Everyone is like, yeah.
He'd be a fucking mad cunt, but I'd love it, to be fair. Like, he's had some hilarious moments where I love looking at him dealing with the media. Ever seen it?
But have you ever seen how soft he gets because his guide dog or something? And he literally like crumbles up into a little ball. His dog died a few years ago. He had him for like 15 years.
He bent to death, to be honest. Do you know, Roy Keane?
Kicked him around.
He probably did boo him around.
What do you mean you're not taking communion?
Oh, stop. But an interesting little segment we're thinking about introducing to the show is WhatsApp notes. And we've been encouraging our beta listeners over the summer to send in some questions and things of that lark. And we've some interesting questions which we'll address now, we?
Yeah, why
so,
not?
Bang.
Interesting
indeed. You probably I know for a fact you have a few.
I think I've told you a little bit about this before, but I was on the Late Late Toy Show as a kid. And to say it was a weird experience, it was an understatement. So I auditioned for the Late Late Toy Show with my little Nintendo DS as I think I was 7 or 8 at the time. And if you're not Irish, you don't know how big of a deal the Late Late Toy Show is. No, the Late Late
Show is like, it's like getting knighted, isn't it? If you're on the Late Late Toy Show, you're a celebrity, basically.
You're put down, yeah.
Remember John Joe, the clock person?
John Joe, what was it? The horologist? Well, yeah, whatever that was called.
He's about fucking 80 now, I'd say. Do you know what I mean? That was good. That was like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah, I know, fucking hell. But I went into RT Studios down in Donnybrook, and I had my little Nintendo DS. I had no battery on it, so like literally within 5 minutes, retard I was. Within 5 minutes of the audition, went out battery, and then I stood there and there was silence, so I just started dancing and acting. I was like one of them drama kids.
It's like I missed that being or something.
I know. I hate myself then. I still hate myself, but and they were just like, look, we'll call you back if there's anything. Because like I was trying to get into the game section where they have the PlayStations and stuff and all that, but didn't happen. They gave me a ring and I was like, can you cycle a bike? I was like, yeah, I can.
They still are.
Very advanced 8-year-old here, whatever it was. And I turn up over these studios and I'm just there and I literally see like what you call like a grouping of Asian people, like a cuddle of Asian people. Trouble. I just see, I can't describe only as we'll say trouble. between 8 and like 10, like a lot of Asian
triads.
The whole crew is out there, and I'm
I'm
scratching my head. And my mum just dropped me there, and I see a tandem bike. I'm like, oh, what were we in for here? And then this, the crowd separates, and this little girl comes forward.
He seems like a film or something.
It is. I mean, it was love at first sight. This little Asian girl comes forward, and then I'm like, okay, so what am I doing? It's like, you have to just ride a tandem bike. They have the section where they have all the bikes going on and stuff. It's like, oh Jesus, like that's not really a claim to fame, but I'll take it. Like
clutching at straws,
mate. You get all the free stuff. We got loads of free stuff. I was like, one for everyone in the audience. Pat Kenny at the time, he's a little dirt bird. Why do you think when Dublin took over? Fucking hell. But yeah, we get there, and then so they're like, right, look, you're gonna ride this tandem bike. You can ride a bike, yeah. class. She can't ride a bike.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. Asian drivers, realistically. I am not surprised at all.
And I'm like, right, why is like, they're like, oh, they just moved over to China from China. We're trying to like introduce them to the culture. I was like, yeah, right. Some young one's been here 2 days and she gets on the Late Late Toy Show. Half a Crumlin, half a Dublin. Their whole life trying to get on, trying to get some clout, you know. Trying to bring something to the family name, and this young one's arrived in the country.
Big moment for the Late Late Toy Show.
Oh, right, fair enough. So we basically have to practice cycling this bike. Have you ever been on a tandem bike?
Yeah.
You have been.
No.
Who?
Me dad. Going training, remember?
They're difficult because if the other person isn't cooperating, because both have steering wheels, it's fucked up. So we did a few laps and literally like she could not cycle at all. I was like, very fair enough. Then they're like, do not cycle, do not touch the handles. So then I had to power both wheels essentially. So I did that and it was fine. Then we get on to the actual show and then they call out our names as there's like, oh, here on this purple tandem bike. I don't know, that's not what he sounds like, but it was like, Daniele called me. I was like, oh, you cunt. And now I don't know what your one's name was. I'm going to try and pronounce it.
Fucking Ash Ketchum.
And then Ash Ketchum. Oh, stop. And then we had to basically just cycle 6-7 meters across the stage, and she was told, and I quote, do not touch the handlebars.
Oh no.
Now obviously they didn't bring in the interpreter that day,
Yeah,
but
no, yeah, one wasn't out with the sign language.
That message didn't sink home, and we start cycling and she panics, grabs the handlebars.
Oh no.
And I'm not joking, I have to like smile and wave, boys, and I literally we drive straight into one of the cameras. And the camera pans away for us quickly, but you can go back.
I heard about that cameraman dying, actually. Yeah, RT, that was a proper scandal back in the day, wasn't it?
Proper scandal. But at the end of it, like I remember like getting off the bike, and I just looked at her and I was like,
yeah, are you serious?
Literally, are you serious? Like, are you serious? Because I gave
You've ruined my big moment.
I know.
But you didn't, because you were on Podge Lodge after that.
Yes, I was. If anyone
also
ever wants to see that, I can leave a link below.
Yeah, you showed me this video in Amsterdam. Well, actually, no, you didn't. The lads did. Do you remember they put it on? And
yes.
I didn't cop it with you for ages. And I knew there was something weird going because they threw the video on and just kind of looked at me.
Some Persian looking fella.
Yeah. I remember like Ryan or something like hit play and all of you are looking at me with just serious stares in your eyes and like, do you know who this is? And I genuinely didn't. I was looking at it going, what am I looking
who
at?
is this? Like,
Watching Raj, obviously, but what am I looking at? And then it's just the penny dropped. And I was just like, oh, it's you. Yeah. I wonder if that Chinese board is still out there. By the way, the one who ruined your media career.
I know, mate. Like we could be in well bigger places.
We could have been playing way bigger venues, way bigger venues. Jeez. But my childhood story. Do I have any funny childhood? Loads, man. To be honest, but I have a funny one actually about when I was 15.
Can I just say, like, I'm really glad that we grew up in the areas we did. Like, I know I don't sound like I'm from Crumlin, but
I fucking love being Irish.
Like, the fact that we grew up in Dublin and, like, we'll say
the life
less off area, like we're not well off areas. Like, the stories you have are fantastic.
Yeah, stop. Like, but I was only thinking about the other day. Do you remember, like, growing up games like IRA and all?
Oh, man.
Like,
do I remember?
Hysterical is that? Like, IRA, it's so controversial. Like, you'd never be able to name a game ever IRA. And you'd be beating the fuck out of someone for their letters.
Yeah, imagine someone doing that today.
Yeah.
Playing IRA.
Oh, be wild. But no, story I have, I remember like when I was younger. Do you remember when you were turning 16 or 15 or whatever? Like it was a real big thing to get a limo back in the day for your birthday. Was that a thing when you were growing up? No?
No, it was a thing in the area. I didn't do it myself, but don't tell me. Well,
Jesus, it gets way funnier, right? So I started hanging around with this new group of lads when I was about, I was going 15 actually, right? And everyone else was getting limos and all that shit for their birthday, right? And they were like, guys, get a limo for your birthday, right?
The fucking like pink Hummer
ones.
Is
like, yeah, well no, that's like, these are like white limos, like you get to a dad or something like that. So I was like, yeah, I suppose everyone else getting limos, why not? It's topical.
Where do you get the limo to?
You just drive around, like, but the thing about it is like normally people gargle in the back of the limo, and it's like it's up to how sound the driver is. If the driver is a sound cunt, he'll just turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
But like, anyway, it gets funnier. So I say to me mom, like, Ma, me and the lads want to get a limo for me 15th birthday. And me ma's like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. Like, yeah, no bother. Like, and I was like, and like, bear in mind, like, the internet wasn't really as like ubiquitous as it is now. Like, and I was like, do you have any numbers for any limo drivers? And my man goes, no, like, but I think actually me mate does, like Marion. And I goes, oh, cool, right? So she gets a number off her mate Marion for a limo, and I'm using air quotes here, right? And so all the lads show up me gaff. And by the way, like, you know, you generally when you're getting a limo with you and your mates, you get them to like put money in towards it. But like when it's like 8 people, it's like €40 each.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know? So we're chilling outside my gaff at the Dry Canal. It was called Pre-Lewis, right? Well, not Lewis Gownish at the time. And we're waiting, and like your man goes, "Be there 8 to pick it up," right? You're not gonna believe what showed up.
Go on.
A fucking hearse. Showed up, right? Alright, and like I remember all the lads just looking at me going, "Are you serious?" So like you could fit, like, you know, you can fit a good amount of people in a hearse, like, yeah. But then the back of it was just like completely flat, like for a coffin. And I remember just being super mortified.
Mate,
just
somebody
being
had
like,
a bounty on your head.
yeah, I remember just being like, I'm gonna kill my man, mate. Like this is like social suicide back in the day.
Fucking
like
hell.
I knew word was gonna spread of this, do you know? So we get in anyway, and me and the lads were thinking like, will we get a bit of gargle? Like we can always might kind of chance our arm and say to the driver, can we stop at an off? Or like one of the lads are fake ID and all, right? And then we just knew this was not going to pass him. Do you know what I mean?
He drives
He
a
was
hearse,
a
like-
fucking square.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? He would have ratted the lads out in a heartbeat for gargling, right? So we're all sitting there sober in a hearse, driving around Dublin, right? And he's like, "So where to next, lads?" And we just, I don't know who said it, right? Once someone goes, "Can we just go to Killiney? I wouldn't mind seeing Bono's gaff," right? And we just drove. We just drove out to Killiney and just staked outside Bono's gaff, right? Like no one will over, just outside Bono's gaff in a hearse. 8 young blokes from Rialto and the Dobbins barn. And we're just like, it was a real pinch me moment. I was like, is this real life right now? Oh, stop. But fuck it, we'll go to the next question. Get me out here.
Hey lads, hope all is well. What's your opinion on the Jerome Carpenter scandal?
Oh, stop.
Oh, well.
Alright, so we just looked this up. Jerome Carpenter is a black lad in America who died.
For it.
And he has the world record for most wanks in a day. He's 54 wanks in a day. 56. Oh, fuck me. Where'd you even begin with that?
What is our
on the Jerome
Look, somebody has to
Carpenter scandal?
Somebody has to put themselves out there and
well, do you know,
set the limit.
I know. I was
for
going to say,
mankind.
do you know, for Jerome Carpenter, fuck Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
One small step for mankind. Jerome Carpenter is the fucking main man. He's at the one who's at the putting himself out on the line and let us know where to draw the line.
55.
Where's it? So now, if anyone goes past 55, it's game over. 54, you're alright. You're alright. Oh, stop. Boy, who was that crazy Owen? Why did she know
crazy,
about
that? Well, yeah, Jerome Carpenter. It's an unfortunately true story. After 56 masturbating 56 times
Kicked
a
the
day,
bucket, didn't he?
He died of a heart attack. Like went into cardiac arrest, which is
quite serious.
Yeah.
But look, if you're gonna go anyway, I'd rather go out choking the chicken, beating the bishop than and you know why? Fuck me.
That just came too soon to him, didn't it?
Oh, fuck's sake. Right, on to the next one. On to the next one.
How's it going, lads? Hope all is well. Yeah, just wanted to put a question forward to you, and it was this. Something that's bothered me since the 90s, going to Lansdowne Rose, World Cup 2002, so on, which is the Irish fan base and how we all get behind and sing together as our national song, Ole, Ole, Ole. I've known, even as a kid, I remember leaving primary school back 2002 and seeing a lot of people singing that. And I was saying, Dad, why in God's earth are people singing Ole, Ole, Ole? We're not even Spanish. We were never conquered by a Spanish colony. We've absolutely nothing to do with it in our heritage. But for somehow, when it comes to football, we just adopt this Ole, Ole, Ole song. And I've still, to this day, no idea why we do it.
Valid point from
It's a very valid point.
I don't know why we've taken ownership over the,
You know, when I was
Ole,
younger,
Ole,
I
Ole.
used to think it was just, Irish.
Same, to be
I was like,
fair.
that's a
But
flat on
then,
that E.
you know, nothing worse than seeing the horny Welsh fans singing Ole Ole at the Special Olympics and just being bitter. Just being like, that's ours. That's fucking ours. So see where he's coming from. But yeah, he's fucking spot on, isn't he? Like,
No,
but
he's
no, when I grew up, I remember thinking that.
Horny Welsh. That's outrageous, man.
But I remember growing up and being like, ole. I just thought it was Oscailga, like I was thinking this is our own thing, and then I've just heard it around the world in various different ways, like, so fucking they are robbing cunts, but no, in fairness, we don't have automatic ownership over it. Like,
was it Spanish?
I think it is, yeah.
Mexican, Spanish, something like that. But no, it's synonymous. Like, even me, myself, and Dylan were at a gig last year. Fucking
Did you say me, myself, and Dylan? You did.
Just a schizophrenia popping out again. But we were at a Kyle gig, this rapper, and like we just started saying ole. Like, it's such an Irish thing. I don't know why. No,
look, it is. Like, even at the Conor fights and all, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's deadly to see that. But have you never noticed, like, I've seen other UFC cards, for example, where like Conor hasn't been fighting and people have been doing that ole. So like other nations are robbing it now.
From us.
Fucking scumbags. But actually, yeah, I'm loving all these little hypothetical questions.
They're good.
Yeah,
they're really
do you have any
good
good ones?
Any hypotheticals? I don't know.
I have a good one actually for you.
Oh, go on.
Okay, let me see. This is okay, right? If your parents, would you rather, right, watch your parents have sex every single day, right, or join in once just to stop it?
I think that's a very simple answer. I'd rather just watch every day.
You fucking absolute voyeur. Even Dylan's disgusted of it.
Well, would you just join in? No.
Absolutely, you're joining in anyway, regardless of the question.
Fucking, that's disgusting. No, like, so honestly, you'd watch
your parents have sex every single day, or join in just once to stop it?
I could just imagine that's me being conceived. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is a beautiful moment. As opposed to joining, that's a bit fucked up, man. I don't know. What about you?
You would. I already said it. Just regardless of how you
interesting. And how would you join in to make this threesome work?
Whatever they want me, whatever I can fit in that dynamic.
That is absolutely fun.
Nah, I'm only messing. I'd probably watch.
You have no other option.
Yeah.
Half an hour a day though.
Yeah.
No, mate. My parents, look.
In about 5.
At this stage now. Yeah. Stop. I'd say 5 minutes a week.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's all my dad's allowed.
Horny animals.
Your dad's spitting sawdust this stage.
He actually is. He's spitting serious sawdust, and here I am.
Christ, fuck's sake.
But yeah, look, that's a bit of a sneak peek at the dynamic.
Do you have any more WhatsApp messages?
Did we have any?
Yeah, we have one more, I think.
What's up, lads? I have a question. If you could learn any one skill in the entire world without trying, which one would you pick and why?
Interesting.
I would probably develop the skill to wank 58 times a day and overthrow young Jerome Carpenter and become the social icon that he'll become.
Oh, fuck it.
Who wants Jerome? R.I.P. a black beast.
Jeez, I said they had a separate funeral just for his Mickey.
100%. That thing needed a coffin of its own.
In a museum.
That's in a museum. Yeah, his flute is in a museum, we'd say.
This is why Black Lives Matter.
Oh, stop. What would your skill be?
Oh, fucking hell. Probably speak Chinese, go back to that young one and absolutely absolutely berate her. Like, just, oh.
I love it.
Oh.
But look,
I don't even know where to go. These are fantastic, by the way. So, if, like, next week, probably, I don't know what episode we'll be on, but send in some WhatsApp messages. We'll put up a number, or even send us voice messages on Instagram. We'll be doing this weekly if we
100%,
can.
yeah. Now, we might not get to them to probably the 7th or 8th episode, because, as I said, we've been pre-recording these over the summer and sending them out to kind of small beta audiences and stuff like that. So we're a few episodes ahead.
Yeah.
But definitely send them in, like, subscribe, share. But this is just a nice little insight into the lads and what we're going to be talking about. The next few episodes are interesting, aren't they? Like 9/11,
we touched on 9/11, we touched on Charles Manson, a bit on Hitler. Like, definitely we delve into the world of conspiracy theories, but in a really kind of fun and like
everything is like way. It's always punctuated by the lads crack Dublin humour. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, because in fairness, when you do get in the rabbit hole of conspiracy, like, it is a bit mental. Like, but
and it can become way too serious, and like kind of people get like really like angry, like
100%
and territorial.
And by the way, we never claim we know everything. By the way, we're just here to explore alternate viewpoints. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, naively optimistic, baby.
Boom,
so we're just having the crack. So look, on that note, let's bounce.
Let's bounce.
Bang. See you on the next one, right? Welcome.